Hey y'all, it's part one of how my baby daddy's girlfriend unalived him for getting me pregnant. Okay, first of all, I did not know he had a girlfriend. Second of all, I found out that I was baby mama number 13. Okay, and I had not a clue. None of this. And so let's just start the story. So I was married for 15 years. And I was staying in Houston, Texas with my then husband and our kids. At that point, me and my ex-husband ended up leaving me and my kids homeless. Like, took everything. Nothing. We had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Took everything from us or whatnot and left us homeless. So then I ended up having to move back to Mississippi, where I'm originally from. I'm from Mississippi. So when I moved back to Mississippi, it had been 15 plus years since I had lived in Mississippi. I lived in Houston for 15 years, but I had been gone from my hometown for probably about 19 years or whatnot. So moving back home, everybody had to grew up. You get what I'm saying? That's over a decade. People change. Now, I knew my baby daddy forever. I've been knowing him since we were young kids. I used to mess with him back in the day. So when I came back home, I was very, very vulnerable. I had nobody, nothing to talk to or anything. So when I seen him one day, we was in the store, and I seen him, and he was like, "What's up, Ken?" Or whatnot. And I looked, and it was him, and I'm like, "What's up?" I wasn't thinking nothing of it, but it had been a minute. I was going through some stuff. I needed a friend. I had nobody. So me and him decided that we was going to link up and start kicking it, which we did. We linked up. We started kicking it. I started entertaining him. He started entertaining me. Then our chemistry started to rise or whatnot. So I'm feeling him at this point. Like, I'm going through so much mentally. I'm not thinking like this is just, you get what I'm saying, vulnerability. I'm looking at it like I got me kind of like a sneaky link or something like that. Something to entertain my time so I won't go into depression and stuff, because I was real depressed and messed up at that moment during those times. So we started linking up, kicking it tough, y'all. He put smiles all on my face. I mean, the sex was awesome, okay? Like, everything was good. We would kick it every day. I had no idea that he even had nobody. You couldn't even tell he had nobody. You feel me? At least I didn't think that. So the man started spending like tons and tons and tons of money on me, okay? On me and my kids. And at that point, I ain't have nothing. I'm thinking like, hey, you get what I'm saying? Like, he really brightening up my day, my spirit, my everything. I don't know, he was almost like my knight in shining armor. Until one day, I started getting these strange text messages to my phone. And it was just like, basically, if you don't leave my man alone, then we're going to have problems. Okay, hence, I'm not messing with nobody else's man. I'm only messing with this man, and this man is my boo. And this is a small town we stay in. Everybody know everybody's business. So I had never heard, though, that he had nobody. You just couldn't even tell that he had nobody. We together every day, all day. We going on shopping trips. We going out to eat publicly. Nothing was hidden or nothing, y'all. So it confused the mess out of me. I know what I know now, and I'm going to get to that on how in the world he was hiding it or whatnot. But we kicking it tough. Then I started getting the text messages or whatnot. Okay, not only did I start getting the text messages, I started getting somebody riding and creeping by my auntie house, because I'm staying with my auntie at the time. Just riding and creeping. So I'm not paying anything, no attention or whatnot. I'm seeing it, but it ain't registering in my head, this for me. When I told him about the text message that I was getting, he was, Ken, I don't know who that is or whatnot. That ain't for me. He was making a joke. He was like, you must be cheating on me. And I was like, I'm not cheating on you or whatnot. So we let that go. All right. That night we end up having sex, okay? That night we end up having sex. I say we had been screwing at this point for probably about 4 months. No, like 3 months. Then I get pregnant. So I tell him that I'm pregnant. I send him the stuff to his phone. I send him everything to his phone. So that night he ended up coming over my house or whatnot, my auntie house where I was staying. And I'll never forget it. He was like, come on, babe. Like, we finna go to my house. That was my first time actually going to his house, you know. So I'm like, okay, babe, let's go. Or whatnot. We supposed to be Netflix and chilling or whatnot. We laid up. I mean, kicking it. He got his arms around me. I'm around him. We kissing. One thing led to another. We end upstairs in the bedroom. When we get upstairs in the bedroom, I mean, he flipping me over. I'm on top. When I tell y'all I'm on top at this point, I'm talking about ride. I start hearing somebody like they coming in the door. And that scared the mess out of me because part 3 of my baby daddy's girlfriend unalived him for getting me pregnant. So, where I left off at in the last video, we started hearing what I did. I heard like somebody trying to open the door. It's like I heard it like they was turning it slow. You can kind of hear the creep, kind of like turning it slow. He's so into it. I'm into it too, but I catch everything. So it scared me. So when it scared me, I jumped up. You know, I'm like, hold on. You don't hear nobody opening that door or whatnot. So he like, babe, like, you don't hear nothing. Like, it's just the crips and crevices basically that I'm hearing. He's like, it's a big house, so it's quiet, and it's an older house, but it's a big house, so we thinking it's just the crips and crevices. He never got up to look because we so deep into the sex. You feel me? So as we continue on, he flipped me over. Well, not because I'm thrown off at this point. I don't even want to keep going. I'm like, go check. You know, he get the kissing back on me. He like, nah, babe, like, calm down. It's just in your mind. Just calm down. Ain't nobody here but us or whatnot. All right. As he on top of me, he kissing me. He making me more and more relaxed or whatnot. So we getting back into it. At this point, he is on top of me. We're back into it. Next thing you know, literally at the blink, it just went so fast. I can't even fathom the thought. It went so fast. I heard a boom. That's what you heard. You heard a boom. And somebody just cut out. I'm so shocked and startled. I don't even know what. Like, he looking at me like this. That's how he was looking at me, like he was stuck. I don't even think he realized he was shot. To be honest, he was stuck. I didn't realize he was shot or whatnot. I don't know. It just went so fast. I hate this part. I hate even thinking about this part, y'all. The look in his eyes was a blank stare, and it just threw me completely off. Next thing you know, he just fall over on top of me. He fall over on top of me. I'm stuck. I'm hearing somebody run. But I'm not seeing who, nothing. Like, I ain't see nothing. I can't tell y'all I seen her shoot him because I didn't see her. How I found out. But hold on, I'm moving too fast. So, all right. As he laying there, he laying on top of me at this point. Now I'm screaming. Ah, you get what I'm saying? I'm realizing because I'm seeing the blood just pour out at this point. Ah, she shot him in the back of his neck, and the blood just started goozing out. It just everywhere. I'm screaming. I'm shocked. Don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I don't want to go out the bedroom because I don't know who just did this. I don't know if they still in the house. I heard them run, but I don't know what's going on. My mind ain't registering literally what's going on. All I know is he done been shot. So I get up, or when I rush to the door and I close the door. As I close the door and I lock the door, I hate thinking about that part. I locked the door, y'all. Everything was just going. Mind spinning. I'm looking for my phone. Can't find my phone for nothing. I'm just looking, searching through everything. Somehow, I don't even know how in the world I got the phone in my hand. All this stuff right there at this point is a blur. Somehow I get the phone or whatnot after searching through everything. I get the phone. I'm trying to call anybody. The first person that I called, ended up calling, was my own mom. I called my mom. Mom, so-and-so been shot. Oh, well, now did you call the police? Did you call the police? I'm like, I ain't call nobody. I ain't call nobody. So she like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I'm trying to tell her where I'm at or whatnot. Our town's so small, I'm telling her where I'm at, our location and everything. She called the police. My mama called, I'm finna call the police. I'm finna call the police. King, get out of there. Get out of there. Y'all, I'm so scared for to go downstairs because I don't know who down there. I'm nervous as I don't know what. When I tell you, did not know what to do. I go in the bathroom and I lock myself in the bathroom. There's a bathroom in his bedroom. I lock myself in the bathroom because I'm so freaking scared and I'm so shook. I don't know what to do. You get what I'm saying? I've never been in a situation like that. The mess startled me, y'all. It startled me. Literally, it seemed like the police got there like that out of nowhere. The police, my mama, my aunties, my uncle, like my mama called everybody that she, could think of. They came. Our town so small, came like that. All right, everybody get there. I'm hearing police. And you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing. Anybody in here? Police. I'm hearing this, but I'm so scared to say something, y'all. I don't know until I heard my mama voice. My mama, Ken. That's what I heard. When my mama said, Ken, that's when I said, I unlocked the door and I let myself out. Mom, it's me. I go running to my mom. My mama dragging me up out of there. At this point, I know I'm safe, y'all, but I'm still scared. I'm just shocked. Ain't nothing like this ever in my life happened to me. It's like, what's going on? I don't know what to do. I'm talking about mine and the friends, y'all. They take me and put me in the ambulance to make sure I'm okay. I'm okay because ain't nothing happened to me. Only thing that's in my head is literally that was almost me. Seriously. Because I was on top. You get what I'm saying? Then we reversed the roles and he ended up being on top to make me feel safe. So as they sitting there checking me or whatnot, they checking me out to make sure I'm straight or whatnot. Everything good. They come outside. Literally, y'all. They come outside and they asking me, questions. Did I see who did it? Or what the person had on? I didn't see nothing. I'm telling them I didn't see nothing. To the point where they almost was feeling like, did you do it? You get what I'm saying? That's how they was making me feel. Did you do it? Y'all, I'm instead of telling them I didn't see what happened. We was having sex. So I can't tell you. He was on top of me. My eyes closed. I'm into it. Only thing that I heard was a boom. Literally. And this man, you get what I'm saying, stuck looking at me. That's the only thing I could tell them. Seriously. So by this time, somebody notified his folks. His folks end up coming over there. As they coming over there, they screaming, they yelling. Because by this time, they done pronounced him dead. We seen the coroner pull up to pronounce him deceased. And that's what it scared the mess out of me. So as they pronounced him deceased, his family looking at me, asking me questions. Who was in the house? Who I was in the house? I can't tell them who was in the house because I don't know. When nobody in the house to my knowledge but me and him. I have no idea, and I basically can't even tell you at this point. I'm thrown off. Y'all asking me all these questions like I know. I'm so thrown off. Then somehow we end up leaving. They let me leave because my mom was like, we're going to continue this on tomorrow. Y'all, it's so hot out here and I got my windows up. But we're going to continue this on tomorrow or whatnot. She need to calm down. Y'all, his folks started texting my phone, all kind of threatening messages, trying to make it seem like I did the stuff. And I know for a fact I didn't do it. Okay, they started sending me threatening messages like I had did something. I know for a fact I didn't do anything. Only thing I was doing basically was laid up with this man. I don't have a clue who did what. The next day, the police asked, can I come back down to the station? Can I come down to the station so they can ask me some questions? I couldn't sleep at all that night. Like, my mama, my whole family basically was around me that whole night. They didn't literally let me out their sight, basically. So I'm still up. I hadn't been asleep or nothing. I get down to the police station to answer more questions. They questioning me. At that point, we found out it was another death that happened that night. It was another death that happened that night. And it ended up being his girlfriend there. How we found that out. Oh, shit. My bad. How we found that out was... Hold on. Let me say this. out of respect for my baby daddy's family and friends and family members, I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm just basically telling my story. This helped me therapy. It helped me with therapy and everything like that to get stuff out or whatnot. So if it's part of my story, it's just part of my story. It's my journey. It's from what happened from my perspective or whatnot. So if you don't want to watch it or whatnot, just don't watch it. Simple as that. You don't have to come to my page sending me threatening messages. You don't have to send me, any type of negativity to his family members at all. Just don't watch it. I don't mean no harm, but it was part of my story. It's still part of my story. It's part of my life. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to share. Share, because it helps me with therapy. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. Simple as that, because I'm telling my story. Exactly how it happened to me. Hey y'all, this is a Q&A to my story time or whatnot. So instead of part 4, this is going to be my part 4 for the story time. It's going to be a question and answer to answer some of y'all questions, because I got a million of freaking questions and a lot of them was the same questions. So I'm going to answer some of those so y'all can get a better understanding, because it seemed like y'all wasn't listening or something. I'm not sure, and I don't want to confuse anybody. So let me answer some of y'all questions. And another thing, this is a lot. Like, it's still traumatizing. It's very traumatizing. And I've been going through therapy, so that's how I'm able to even talk about it. So when I'm cutting it off in parts, it's because I need a break. You get what I'm saying? Before I continue telling the story. So if you get 2 parts a day, that's what I can give you. I'm sorry, but that's all I can do, like, to be honest. Don't mean to be harsh or rude like you guys are being. Well, some of y'all. So let's get started. The first question, the famous freaking question that I'm being asked the most, is this one right here. Okay. No, I did not know he had any baby mamas, because if you was listening to the video, I was not living here for literally over 18 years. I lived in Houston for 15 years, and I lived in other parts, Atlanta. I think I stayed in Atlanta and Alabama at one point for like probably like 2 to 3 years together. So about 18 years plus, I had not been home. Our town is small country. Don't nobody stay here. You get what I'm saying? People don't like to stay here. It's not jobs here. It's not anything here. It's hard to even make it here. So no, I wasn't keeping up with these people because of the simple fact I was in a controlling marriage. So therefore, I was not on social media. I didn't even have a social media until after I moved back home years later, 15 years later. You get what I'm saying? Of being gone. Being gone from Mississippi for 15 years plus, not having social media. I had a controlling ex-husband. Y'all don't know that part, but I think I said that. I said I was in a 15-year marriage. So while I was in that 15-year marriage, it was very controlling, abusive, physical abuse, mental drain. It was just draining. So that's what the mental anguish even started from, this marriage. Being in a marriage so long, and it's just so mentally disturbing, and you getting beat up almost every day, or you getting almost every day. I'm gonna say that. I don't know what words I can say on TikTok. I'm new at this. But yeah, it was just a lot or whatnot. So when I came back home, I did not talk to nobody because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed because I felt like failure. I'm from a town that people talk. They talk about you. And see, I used to have it all. I used to have the marriage. This was on the outside looking in. This is what they seen. I had the marriage. I had the kids or whatnot. They thought I had the perfect husband, because behind closed door, you never know what's going on in a person's household. So they thought I had the perfect husband. They thought I was living the life. I had the big house, which I did. I had like a foreign car or whatnot. Literally multiple foreign cars. I had a great job. My ex-husband had a great job. So they looking at us as a power couple, not knowing it was a fucking disaster. You get what I'm saying? It was a mess. And that's a whole different story time. That's why I told y'all, my life is a Lifetime movie. I can't help that I went through this stuff, but God take us through stuff, one thing. God take us through stuff and on missions so that we can have lessons, so that we can learn lessons and teach others. So it's okay to judge me. It does not hurt my feelings. I swear it don't, because at the end of the day, I go through things and I've been through things so I can be a voice to somebody else who is going through it and scared to share their story. I used to be one of those that was scared to share my story. I'm not anymore, because it helps me to freely talk. So to answer y'all question, yes, he had 13 baby mamas. I'm number 14. He has 16 kids. My baby is number 17. No, I did not have a clue. When I moved back home, I was not talking to anybody. I stayed in a nutshell. I stayed in my auntie house. I didn't start even getting out and about until I seen him at the dollar store that day at Family Dollar. I seen him and we end up linking back up. I had not seen him literally over 18 years. Let's just be honest. So last time I seen him, we were kids. The next time I see him, we adults. People whole lives change. I mean, I had kids at that point. I hadn't been through a whole 15-year marriage at that point. Come on now, let it clock in. Listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Instead of looking for something to judge somebody on. I'm just saying. Not going to somebody's house right off the bat may be a red flag for you. But during those moments, your headspace was not my headspace. Not what I was going through. If you were in a 15-year abusive marriage, then you and your kids go from having everything to absolutely nothing, to sleeping in the car, literally in the driveway of the home y'all once called y'all home. Your mind space ain't there. You gotta make sure your kids eat, everything is on you. You not used to doing everything solely by yourself. Now you doing it all by yourself. Your mind frame is not there. Your mental is not there. So you may have thought, oh, this is a red flag. But me, my mental wasn't even there. I was so vulnerable. I wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't there. I wasn't thinking clearly. As of like right now, I could think more clearly because I've had time to go to therapy. I've had time to breathe, and that's probably what I should have been doing at first. But I wasn't thinking like that. I wasn't thinking like, let me clear my head first. Let me do, you just don't think. So yes, please don't judge a person. I mean, if you want to judge me, that's fine. Hey, I'm a big girl and I got thick skin now. So, but if you want to judge me, that's fine. But don't judge people right off the bat because, oh, she didn't go to his house. You get what I'm saying? That's a red flag right there. It may be for you, but for a person that's not thinking clearly and having really need mental therapy, and at that point I wasn't going through therapy. I hadn't even started going to nobody therapy. I was just going. You get what I'm saying? Just going. So no, I didn't go to his house or whatnot. I'm just thinking it was just some peace. It was some peace after that storm. I'm going to say that. It was some peace. I thought it was some peace. I was having fun. And then not only that, we were smoking. And when we be smoking and whatnot, I'm not realizing I'm being laced with drugs. I'm being laced with drugs. So that's another thing that altered my mental. You got to look at that stuff. So my mental at the time was not your mental. I could think clearly now. I didn't even have God then. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't even leaning towards God during those moments. Because if I was, I probably wouldn't have went through none of that. I would have been more focused on God. That's why God put us through our own personal missions. Like I was saying, God put us through our own personal missions so that we can learn lessons, so we can avoid things that we got going on in our life that's not for us. God wants us to lean solely on him. And I know that now because I gave myself back to God. I started focusing completely on God. I knew that was not the life for me. I wanted to change it around. After all this stuff I done been through and went through, I just gave it all to God. I started leaning towards God, and like I've been saved. I've been saved from all that. I've been saved from day men, with money. Going after just, oh, he got money. Girl, let me get that. I've been saved from that lifestyle. I've been saved from smoking. You know what I'm saying? I've been saved from being attracted to street pharmacists. He was a street pharmacist. He was a street pharmacist. So I was attracted to the hood type, street pharmacy type men, if you know what I mean. That's what I was on. The partying, the clubbing, all that stuff. I did that. I done been saved and delivered from that because I done been through a mission. God put me on a mission so I can see and so I can think and, get a better vision of what I'm not supposed to be doing. It's not for me because it's not of him. You get what I'm saying? So it's okay to judge. People judge Jesus all the time. It's okay. But your mind is, what if I say your mind is not clearly there because of the simple fact you're judging me. And we're not supposed to judge nobody. Think about that. Okay, I've answered this question. Literally, I uploaded it yesterday. I'm so sorry. But TikTok kept removing the sound. So I'm going to answer this question today for you. And I don't know which words they are removing the sound from my video for. So I'm going to have to take some words out, y'all. But kind of like comprehend with me. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then message me and I'll tell you. But I'm finna try to be real careful with this question because I guess it's such a sensitive topic or whatnot, and it's got words in it that I'm not supposed to be using on here. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use this platform. So, how I found out he was ailing me, you know what I mean? Putting the white powder stuff inside of my trees is because every night we would hang out and you get what I'm saying? Every night he would roll up 5. It's so hard to do this, I swear, without just being, I'm used to being just take out, but he would roll up about 5 or 6 and we just be sitting there chilling, smoking, vibing. I'm thinking that's what made me attracted to him, to keep it real with you. We sitting there chilling, vibing, everything, and getting. So I used to, for my anxiety and depression, I got real bad anxiety and depression. I used to have it real bad, but it's getting better now. So how I found out he was doing it, my best friend at the time, who I thought was my best friend, we had been best friends since childhood, but we weren't really keeping up with each other like that when I moved away. Because like I told y'all, when I moved away and I was in a 15-year marriage or whatnot, I didn't keep in contact with these people here in this town. That's the thing. So when I came back, me and her instantly clicked up because she was hanging with my cousin. So she ended up calling CPS on me. She got in cahoots with my ex-husband, and her and my ex-husband called CPS on me and told them all kind of lies and allegations on me. So when she called CPS on me or whatnot, when they came out to my house to take my kids, they ended up having to do me a D test, a rug test. I don't want to say the word, but they ended up doing me that test. The woman cut my hair, put it inside of a little baggie, and blase. I don't want to get too deep into that because that's going to be like one of my next story times on how my best friend set me up with my ex-husband with CPS, got my kids taken, all that drama and mess. That's a whole nother story of his own. I told y'all my life is a lifetime story. I've been through a lot of missions to know what I know now. So when CPS called me back for my test results, probably about 2 weeks later, and I'm adamant about this because the only thing I've ever done was take the prescription that I was prescribed, the annex, if you know what I mean. So when the test came back, it came back positive for the white powder substance. Okay? And I'm telling this woman, I'm adamant, lady, I ain't never did no hard narcotics. You get what I'm saying? I've never did no hard stuff like that. Like, you got me messed up. I'm begging them to retest me. I'm begging these folks to retest me because I know for a fact, and I know in my head, I ain't never in my life did no mess like that. The only thing I ever did was, you get what I'm saying? So they tell me they're gonna retest me, but y'all, it took them months and months and months to retest me. I'm gonna get into all of that. I swear that's a whole nother story. But when it came back positive I'm knowing in my head, only person that I have ever smoked with or anything like that is him. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this part right here because this is important. As I was being adamant or whatnot, saying that I've never did that, she granted me a retest. She looked at my results and seen the levels in my system, and she told me, she said, "Okay, Miss," she called my last name. She said, "I can tell that you wasn't willingly doing this on your own from the levels that's in your system. But the marijuana, I don't know if I can say that, but the trees or whatnot is a high level, which you admitted to that. CPS don't care about you doing trees. They know trees is okay for anxiety and depression. Come on now." So, my levels weren't there with the white flower substance. It wasn't that high like it was with the trees. So she said, "Let me ask you this. Who do you get your trees from?" She said, "Don't tell me the name. Do you get your trees from a dispensary or do you get it from a dealer?" I told her, I said, "Well, I get it from a dealer because keep in mind, he's a hood dude and he's a street pharmacist. That's what he do. All that type of stuff. Distribute all that type of stuff or whatnot to the people." So I told her, I said, "Well, I get it from a dealer." She said, "You admitted to us that you smoke trees." She said, "So do you think that this man is really cleaning his supplies, basically? Do you think that this man is cleaning his supplies every time he go between one and the other?" I'm like, "Well, no, I don't think so. I don't know." But this man was adamant with me that he do. Like he told me like he wear gloves and everything. I don't know. But that's how I found out he was putting the stuff in my system. He was putting it in my trees, and we sitting there 5 and 6 of them together. It got to the point where I'm having to smoke back to back to back to back to back to back to back, y'all. And it's because what I know now. I'm chasing that flower substance that I had started putting in my system without even knowing when I'm with him. And he would always roll up the tree. He would always do it, except for when I went with him. And when I went with him, he would only trees that I would take in is his. That's the thing. I never got it from nobody else, just him. That's what I want y'all for to understand. And that's how I was getting in my system. So you had to be the one for to be putting it in my system. Had my head gone. That's how he was, I guess, able to manipulate me. That's what I know now. At that point, I'm so zoned out and thrown off, I ain't realizing nothing. I'm realizing we getting in there lit. You get what I'm saying? We enjoying ourselves. That's how I really end up getting pregnant, not even paying attention to what's going on, because I'm telling this dude, like, we can do this, but we got to use protection. In my head, I'm thinking we use protection. That's why as soon as I found out that I was pregnant, it threw me off. When I tell you I went into a state of depression, because I'm like, y'all, I didn't need no more kids. That's how I felt. I didn't want no more kids. I'm already going through so much stuff. We ain't even got no place to stay at this point. That's how I felt. Why y'all judge me in the comments, but it's okay. Judge on. But that's how I felt too. So that sent me into an even worse dark spot when I found out that I was pregnant. But over time, as I started cleaning up my system, I'm going to get into that with the CPS story. That's how I was able to grasp the concept of me being pregnant and able to actually bond and love my child. So that's how I found out that he was putting that stuff in my system. He was doing that to manipulate me. And he was, I don't know, now that I know it now, he did literally all of us like that. Everybody that he was messing with, basically. That's how he was controlling situations. Making you do stuff, basically, that you really didn't want to do. But in your head, you ain't realizing that you don't want to do it. You so up there. You get what I'm saying? You so in the sky. You on cloud 9. You going with the flow. You enjoying yourself. Every night was a good night. So I guess that's how he was getting me out of my body so we can have fun, I guess. So that's how I was clinging on to him. By smoking with the flower substance inside of it. Because every day, like, I be smoking, and I'm realizing I'm smoking back to 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 back at this point. Just, I'm having to smoke so much without even realizing. And the reason why, because as I'm rolling it up, I'm not putting the white substance in my tree. So it wasn't getting me on cloud 9 like it would be when I'm with him, if that makes sense. So that's how that happened. Why was my focus a man while I was homeless with multiple kids? Okay. First of all, my focus was not a man. My focus have always been my kids. I'm going to make that series my next series on how they made my kids end up homeless, why my ex-husband left me, what happened in our marriage and everything to him leaving me and my kids homeless without nothing or whatnot. Because my focus that whole time was completely my children, okay? But let's just keep it real. When you going through something or whatnot, every day I'm being a single mother by myself at this point. Everything is totally dependent on me. So when you come and connect with somebody, you ain't really coming and connect with them for to think you finna sleep with them. That wasn't the mindset. My mindset was, I got somebody that I can lean on. You get what I'm saying? Trust and talk to, and just have some peace, some fun for 1 second of my life. Because at that point, everything was just so much. My whole life drastically changed. And you mentioned that you said school and all that stuff wasn't an option. You don't know what I was doing in the background. Girl, I was taking care of my kids. Oh my God, trying to find a way. I was in survivor's mode, doing everything I had to do. Because keep in mind, I'm not and never have been a bum. I've always had, that's the thing, I've been independent since I was 13, making my own money and everything since the age of 13 years old, is what I want you for to know. But I'll get into all that in my other story times. However, when you so boggled in, it's okay to get out. Step outside. When you get a chance, I ain't lying, and somebody say they'll keep your kids for you and give you a break, you step out and you accept that break. It's okay, because when you're dealing with mental anxiety, depression, and at that point, they told me that I was bipolar. I had no idea, because I didn't know. When I thought of bipolar, I thought of a person flipping out. You get what I'm saying? Like every 5 minutes. No, that's not what bipolar look like. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't know. Y'all just so judging to the point where it's like, she call herself bipolar cutie. Well, guess what? I am bipolar. And I'm not afraid to say that I'm bipolar. I'm not, because at the end of the day, it's who I am. And it's not because I'm crazy, in a sense. It's because of all the trauma that I've been through. Mental anguish and stuff is caused on by trauma. So I've never been bipolar really all up until this moment. I'll get into all that in my other story time. Just make sure you follow me so you can keep up with the stories or whatnot, and you can get a better understanding of who I am. But my main focus was my children, always and forever to this day. Okay? Because see, I used to be homeless. We're not homeless anymore. If you go to my YouTube page, you'll see that's why I put my present stuff on this TikTok platform. I'm going to be putting my past stories on everything that I went through. But on my YouTube page is where the present rely. And on my YouTube page, you will see me and my kids have a place to call our own. We have an apartment. My kids got beds, a bedroom of their own. You get what I'm saying? Somewhere to sleep comfortably. Me and my kids, we have a car that I worked hard for to get us back a vehicle, because it was a struggle going and begging people for rides just to get to a job. It was a struggle begging people to keep my kids while I go look for a job when I first got back here. My family straight shunned me. Everybody treated me and my kids like we was nothing, and I was always the one that had, is what I want you for to understand. We got food on the table. I feed my kids faithfully every day. You'll see that on my YouTube channel. I cook for my kids. I love on my kids. My kids tell me how strong I am. So, no, ma'am. My focus was never a man. However, I'm human. I'm human. So you can't sit there and say I didn't deserve to step out for a breather to have a peaceful time or laugh and have some fun. Step outside that box of being that full-time mom that always the one now at this point got to do everything. Everything. That'll be selfish to say. You get what I'm saying? That I didn't deserve to step outside and get a peace of mind, a break for myself. That'll be selfish for you to say. So, no, my focus was not a man. I was doing all that in the background, trying to make sure that I get me and my kids to the place that we supposed to be. It did not happen overnight. I'm a manager at my job. I have a job now. Like, you'll see all that stuff. So, no, my focus was not a man. And school is coming. Just keep on following me. Because that's one thing about it. I want to be a nurse. I've always wanted to be a nurse. And I'm going to be a nurse. It don't matter if I got a million kids. Guess what? They're mine and they're all taken care of. All of my kids are straight. I've had everybody to tell me that I need to get rid of the baby, get rid of the baby, get rid of the baby. And that was going to be my next question, but I might as well go and say that one in this one too. I will never get rid of my baby. As a matter of fact, I have my baby literally either this week or next week, okay? Only reason I'm trying my best to keep it in this week is because of some fact my uncle was in a bad car accident over the weekend, and it's this funeral stuff going on. I really want to go to my uncle's funeral. So it's going to either be this week or next week. My baby is almost here. Out of everything that I done been through, my baby is literally almost here. I would never get rid of him. Was I shocked that I was pregnant? Yes, because I wasn't supposed to be pregnant. I've asked this man to use protection with me every time, but I was not there mentally, and I was on the white flower substance at that time. So everything he was asking me to do, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. That's selfish for you to have fun as a human or do things as a human and then put it on an unborn child. Like, make it the unborn. Like, when God bless you, you don't know who he's blessing you with. You don't know what this baby mission is on earth. Because in your head is, let me be selfish. Let me go get rid of it. No, I'm not getting rid of anything. Life matters. It don't matter if it's unborn life or not. Life matters. That's selfish to say, knock off somebody's seed. Like, this still my baby, no matter who is by. Everybody wanted that, though. It wasn't just y'all. Everybody wanted me to get rid of my seed. And I didn't get rid of a thing. Not nothing. This is my baby, and I'm going to keep it. I've kept it, and I'm going to keep it and raise it like I do the other children that I got. Okay? Because what I do know is, whether I have a baby daddy or not, God got me and my kids. God got us. Okay, this is part 5 to my baby daddy's girlfriend unalived him for getting me pregnant. And this is going to be, I'm finna try to make this the last part and try to wrap this up because this is just one situation that I hate reliving, but I need to do it. I need to do it. It's so sensitive. And on top of that, her family has reached out to me with a cease and desist, so I got to be very, very careful about what I say in this part. But, and I didn't expect my videos to blast off like this, so I, honest to God, am not trying to bash anybody. I will say this a million times. I'm just trying to tell my story. It helps with my therapy because I am so sorry. I'm sorry. And I didn't mean for it to go like this. But when the police, they came, when we was in the station. When we was in the station and they realized it was another incident that happened that night, the same as the incident that happened the night with me, I didn't realize that those two cases were connected with each other. I say about, because once they got through questioning me and my family, we went home. The next day, his mom reached out to my mom And she told my mom basically that the girl that he was with unalived herself. She left a suicide note. I don't even know if I can say that word, and I pray to God they don't flag my video because I do not want to go through this part again. But she left a note. She left a note, and she explained what she had did. She admitted to what she had did. She said she wasn't sorry for what she had done. She said she was tired of living at that point because if she couldn't be with him, she wasn't going to be with anybody. I say about 2 to 3 days later, I get a note sent to my house, and it's from her. She's gone at this point, and she left me with how she felt. And she told me he was more excited. She said I took everything away from her. She told me she had been with this man 20 plus years. 20 plus years. They weren't staying together, but she said they was together. So I'm thinking, like, at this point, I know better now. I know it's like, I guess he was like a player. I guess he was like a player. And when she found out about me, that was her riding by creeping. That was her texting me or whatnot. But I don't understand to this day why she just didn't say nothing, because you cannot assume that I knew, because I did not know. In her note, she left here feeling like I knew he had a girlfriend and I didn't know he had nobody. She said when she found out that he had me pregnant, and she said he was overly excited about it. She read it through his text messages, and it just crushed her, because she said out of all those kids that he got on her, he always put her last, like she didn't matter. And she said he promised her this time that he wouldn't do her like that no more, but he did. He hurt her. He hurt her bad. I think she was crushed to the point, basically, from the note that I got, she was crushed to the point where she just couldn't live no more. She said she couldn't live like this. She said she didn't want to see us happy together with our baby. She said she couldn't live to see that type of stuff. And she said she didn't want me or him to be happy. She said that night that she came there, she came to me. And when I read that part, it hurts me, because just sleeping with a man could have took me from my kids. It could have took me from my kids, and the only thing I was doing was just really kicking it. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I wasn't trying to ruin nobody's life. I wasn't trying to do none of that. I wasn't trying to be the reason somebody is deceased. It feel like I'm the reason 2 people are deceased. And I didn't try to do none of that. I was going through my own stuff. That's why I feel like, what did I do to deserve any of this, like, to even go through? I was questioning myself so bad, y'all. I was questioning myself so bad. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. This just is so hard to get through that part. Yeah, I hate to relive it. And like I said, her family sent me a cease and desist, so I can't even really just talk about it. But I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You never know what a person is going through. This man told all of so many lies. When we end up going to his funeral, y'all, they tried to ban me from going to his funeral. Everybody did. To this day, his family don't really want to have nothing to even do with my baby. Nothing. They don't call and ask about him. They don't call to see, do I need anything. Everything that I've gotten from my newborn baby has been because of me. It's been because I worked and I just try to get things piece by piece. That's why I said it seems like everybody don't want my baby here on earth, but I feel like God gave me this baby for a reason. It's my baby. And we may not have everything that I need, but I'm going to get there piece by piece. My baby going to have what he need. Like, piece by piece, I'm going to get it. I have my baby literally either this week or next week. I'm trying my best not to have him this week because my uncle's funeral is this week, but they banned me from the funeral. That's how I found out he had other baby mamas. It's just a lot. All of them started reaching out to me, just coming out the woodwork, because they actually the other baby mamas want to make sure that they kids know they sibling. It's some that don't, and it's some that do. He got older kids that, want to know they sibling. I just feel like he manipulated us all. He left here with so many unanswered questions. But I'm going to wrap this series up, y'all. If y'all got questions, I answer questions. But I really don't want to talk about that part no more. As far as his girlfriend, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Had I known what I know now, I would have never said nothing to him. I hate that I got involved with this man. I hate that. I hate it. To this day, that's the part that bothers me the most. It's like I can almost feel her pain as a woman. I just hate that she didn't talk to me. I hate she didn't talk to me. I hate she didn't reach out to me. And it probably sound crazy to y'all, but I wouldn't have been problematic. I wouldn't have been none of that. I honestly would have left this man alone. This man, I hate this. But I'm going to start my next series, y'all. I'm going to start my next series of how me and my kids end up homeless, how my ex-husband ended up leaving me and my kids homeless or whatnot. Me finding out that he was on the DL, that he was doing to me every day, the verbal abuse, is just all that. I've been through a lot. And I know I'm not the only person that done been through a lot of stuff like this, but it helps to get it out. I moved on from a lot. I've grown from a lot. I'm not where I used to be. I'm not perfect. I'm not where I used to be, because for days I couldn't even eat. I ain't gonna say days. When I said y'all months, I was thin. I was so little. I couldn't even eat. But